I'm coming to you today with another episode of Invest Smarter, Real Estate Terms Explained, episode 6. So the term of the day is GRM, which stands for Gross Rent Multiplier. The gross rent multiplier is a quick way to evaluate a property's value based on the purchase price and the gross rent that the property brings in annually. The gross rent multiplier is found by dividing the property purchase price by the gross annual rents. For instance, if you have a property worth $500,000 and the gross annual rents are $50,000, the GRM is 10. If you have that same property, the purchase price is $500,000, but it only brings in $30,000 annually in rents, the GRM is 16. So the 16 is the less rents, so the higher the GRM, typically the worse value or the worse the cash flow is going to be. Now the most important thing about GRM is make sure you're only using it to compare properties in a very close area, maybe the same zip code. So if you know a property needs a GRM of 10 for you to even consider looking at, only compare properties in that certain area. If you look at a property that's 3 zip codes away and it also has a GRM 10, it might not cash flow the same due to other things like operating expenses, because the taxes might be higher in that area. So you need to make sure you focus on one small area. This is important because the GRM is only taking into consideration the gross rents compared to the purchase price. It's not taking into consideration insurance, property taxes, and other operating expenses. So if you start getting outside of that zip code, it's really going to throw off your valuation as you're not really comparing apples to apples. However, once you know that in this specific zip code, a GRM of 10, let's say, works for you, then you can quickly start evaluating properties, and anything above 10, you can just throw out. Anything 10 or less, you know it might be worth looking into. Now let's start looking at this particular property's operating expenses, the insurance on this property, the taxes on this property. This is obviously not the golden rule, and there are many other things that go into determining if a property is profitable or not, but I do think it's a quick way to go through a list of properties and determine if they're going to be of value to you or not. I hope this helps you guys out, and we'll see you in the next one.